Hello, hello, and welcome to the Joy Link, where we share how you can live a more joyful life. I'm your host, Brian, and we have the pleasure today to be joined by Krishna Kumar Krishnan. Welcome, Krishna. How are you?
Hi, namaste, namaskar. Yes, I'm very good. I'm very good. Thank you, Brian, for inviting for this interview, beautiful interview. Especially talking about the joy is one of the very important topics right now. Yes.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, so to quickly introduce Krishna, he grew up in a yogic family from South India. And at the age of 7, he was initiated into spirituality and hatha yoga by his father, who was a priest, astrologer, and siddha yogi. He is a certified yoga teacher out of Berlin and was recently featured in the Holistic Wealth Fest at Mind State Academy. So yeah, it's definitely a pleasure to see you again, Krishna. So how's life?
Life is great. Life is great always, especially after this beautiful holistic festival. And of course, what's the most important is the holistic living. It's very important right now, especially post-COVID, where everybody try to looking for some healthy way, not only physical healthy, mental health, and the emotional health. I think now is the come right moment after post-COVID period. Everybody have to bring all the elements put together, how to live healthy and be joyful, whatever the topics connecting today.
Right? Yeah, it's been one of those accelerators for humanity to see, okay, we need each other, right? There's community.
Yeah.
And how can we get out and heal ourselves and our families and become more joyful and lighter and have more fun? And yeah, it's a really great time to be alive at the moment. I hear you're traveling at the moment. What are you up to?
Yeah, right now I'm just arrived to Greece and beautiful islands here in Amorgos. It's around Santorini's and Mykonos Bed regions. It's a small island, and I was coming to this island almost 9 years back now. And one of the important aspect from in my life is always go travel for retreats. And of course, when living in the city, urban life, I think whenever we go to the nature and doing retreats, it's bringing a lot of changes into the practice drastically because the understanding of the practice is much more deepening. As I'm talking practice, yoga practice, and of course, back to the life, our life practice. And these were very amazing to come to the nature, get to the oceans, and so this island where I'm here called Amorgos, this is joyful. Of course, Greece full of the light, and this nature is amazing. It's ability here. So I'm conducting right now, and like a 7 days, and also my teacher training students. So that's why I'm here.
Nice. It's definitely a beautiful place, Greece. Yeah, I've been there a few times myself. I'm actually part Greek as well. So, the food, the culture, the nature, it's incredible there. Getting onto the topic of joy, how would you personally define joy?
Joy. Joy is a very important word. We talk a lot about joy and joyfulness. If you ask my personal definitions, I would say that joy is simply like who you are, basically. Basically, joy means who you are, the fundamental elements. And it's also, I would reframe that the you are is like a fundamental basic goodness. Basic goodness, it's already there, and you can experience who you are fundamentally when you let everything settle down. And it's like it's a essence from your being. It's a fundamental basic goodness, and most of the times we don't recognize who you are and your personal essence in the inside. And I would call this basic goodness or fundamental basic who you are. Why I'm saying reframe this, because we have these two important word in the Western communities. We talk a lot in the world in globally. One is happiness, another one is joy. Sometimes we try to finding this framing between happiness and joy. It's the same. Yeah, it's but there are intonations between happiness and joy are two different intonations. From my personal experience, I would say that happiness is something typically we are more connected to the fleeting emotions and often sparked by in particular moments or even that brings a sense of the excitement. So Happiness is something, it's a condition. Whenever something happens and then you're happy. I come to Greece and the environments make me happy. So that's is much more happiness. It's the first outer layer. Or yeah, if somebody giving a nice hug to you, or talk to you nice to you, or if you go a cafe and when the waiter serving your coffee and the cake with a smile and this pleasantness sharing, these kind of conditions and make you feel happy. But this joy is much more subtle. This subtlety, it's in other hand, is much more long-lasting state of being. State of being is already there, and also it's characterized as a contentment and satisfaction with life overall. It's much more unconditional. It's not conditioned. Okay, I had this, then I get happier. That's true. But joyful is much more deeper. I would say that it's like underneath of the surface of water, like an iceberg. Sometimes we see on the top of the surface is much more happiness, because happiness is much conditions. But joyful is much more basic satisfaction about life, basic goodness about the life, how you feel. Even in the middle of the crisis, you feel the basic joy, because joy can be the foundations of our creations, our being. So these are two definitions I always find it very important for my life. One is happiness. Of course, it's always comes from the conditions, effect, and the moments. But joyful, it's much more rooted deeper. It's always there. Only it's covered. We don't realize that. So joyful are much more rediscovered by the perspective of the happiness. Sometimes when you're happy, you can discover your joyfulness or joy. Why? Because when you're happy, happiness make all this mud, all the dirt, whatever covering your being state, it's removed and it's much more clear. Like the clouds are removed, and then you can see the stream of the light coming from the sun directly. So the sun is like a joy, and the sky and the clouds are all conditions. I can say they're like a happiness.
Yeah, that is an amazing description of what joy is. I've talked to a fair amount of people about joy and their personal definition. I hear a lot of emotions come up. They find in the flow of doing an activity, yet your definition really goes more in line with my definition, right? It's more of that fundamental beingness, right? When everything else is removed and you have gotten to that essence of who you are, well, that's full of joy, right? It's just and like a state of celebration and gratitude and gratefulness of everything, and that's joy at the center.
Yeah, like a child, like when you comparable adult and the children's, children's are the always joyful. Why? Because they're connected to their true essence. They are no more conditions by this, what as we call as adult, we are conditioned by these all materialistic conditions, so that I can happy. Okay, I get this, and then I will be happy. So I go to the vacation, then I will be happy. I get this 1 million of a car, then I will be happy. Children are always happy and joyful because they are always connected to their true theory frame it. They're simply being. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a inherent freedom and joyful state when it comes to kids. When you get older and you have all these responsibilities, that's kind of the mud that can cover up, right? And just pile up until it's really hard to connect with that joy. I definitely agree 100% with you there.
Yeah.
So then what kinds of memorable moments pop up when you think about joy?
The moments, when I think moments, it's like simply rest. Or I would say that the moments bring me joys. It's something like nothing. Nothing can bring definitely, like, when something can bring me happiness, yes, I can condition. It can bring happiness. But joy, I would say that just let go all this nonsense. In our daily life, we have a nonsense when we have a mental agitation, emotional agitations, and physical agitations. simply let go all this nonsense and then all kind of dirt, what I said, when we grow up from the childhood, which is pure joyful state, and then when we are growing up adults, and then we getting so much accumulation of these impurities, mental impurities, emotional impurities, and physical impurities. And these impurities obstructing entire joyful state. So as an adult and also as a yoga practitioners and long-term meditation practitioners, I would say that simply letting go all these mental, emotional, and physical agitations and the nonsense, what we call, sometimes we're worrying for no reasons, and it's make completely cloudy state of the mind and emotion that then we cannot access to this basic joyful there. So simply let go whatever conditions there, whatever situations we are, maybe the situations, pleasant situations, then everybody's easier to access to the joy. Maybe you are going through some difficult situation in your life, maybe physical illnesses or mental illnesses, or maybe any things. Maybe your partners, your children's having some issues, or workplace issues. In a modern world, we have so much issues we are facing. But life is like a stock market. One of my teachers always say that it's up and down, and this bringing this up and down is the beauty and colorful of the life. And we need to appreciate when the life is up. In the same moment when the life go down, we need to say in the same window, appreciate it. So when the life go down and you are in the unpleasant situations, just simply accept as you accepting the life when it's up. So it's in a form of the letting go of the concepts and letting go of all your reframing what can be life bring me happiness. No, it's when you're letting go that, automatically you're connecting to this joy, which is unconditional, which is a nature state of being. And a few weeks ago, of course, with your Brian's and this amazing team, Holistic Festival, I was talking about these 5 bodies. And of course, this Anandamaya Kosha in yoga, we call these 5 yogic bodies. We have this, the 5th body, the one we call it's always there, is unconditioned, and it's like the sun. If the sun's always there, it's unconditioned. You cannot say that, oh, no, sun, today I need to sleep. Can you come a little bit like 2 hours later to sunrise? No, impossible. The sun always do the duty. Whenever it's the time, he will come. But what makes a big difference here is the other states, like the clouds. Maybe it's a cloudy little bit, so you don't see the sun rays at that particular days. So that is the same way, the Anandamaya Kosha, the blissful state of the body or the joyful state of the ourself or being is always there. The jewel, it's already there. I would call it like a precious jewels already there. The state of the joy is already there. But one makes big difference is the mud or all the impurities covering that. So the value of the jewel never change. So if you have a diamonds, unvaluable diamonds underneath of your home, it's never changed. The diamonds may be covered by a million years of the dust or dirt. The value of the diamonds will still same. But one thing make a big difference is the impurities. So the moment we are covering impurities, then you recognize the natural state of the jewel, what you already present. It's like me, I'm always say that, okay, even though I'm in the very low moments, my natural state of the joy, it's already there. Only I need to letting go, whatever happening. Then I connect with this natural joy, and it's giving a lot of energies and support from inside so that you can go through with your life beautifully.
Yeah, I definitely agree 100%. There is a core, a center that is the sun, right? It has that energy that just radiates out. And yeah, the mind is the one that can bring in those clouds and, experiences outside that we aren't wanting to happen, or we are really aiming towards those outcomes. And then it feels like failure or some, these heavy emotions and judgments can come in. And like the stock market, you said, up and down, that is the life
Yes.
experience. Yet when we can let go.
It's true. Stock markets only have a valuable when it's go up and down. uh, the life have to be up and down. Otherwise, it will be very monotonous, boring life. Maybe it's nice for some short period, but when you see in the long term, for example, you're interviewing somebody like older, like 80 years old, like fulfilled life person, like my father, for instance, I always talk as a young person to him, and how he can be all the time happy or feel good. And he always say that no, is whatever happened outside, it doesn't disturb my true nature inside, which is always joyful. So I'm trying to connect with this unconditional joyful there, is already there, which if you are always referring to the external circumstances, which is like the stock market, when it's a pleasant, you're happy and nice. When the outside is unpleasant and you're not happy, and of course you are down. But we need to connect always to this basic goodness.
Right.
We're already there. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's inherent in us all. There was a really profound choice that I had made along the way from the, years of meditation, and it was that I do not allow the external to upset my internal state. And from that point on, it was a focus on who I really was in every moment. And that allowed me to let go and have that freedom, that liberation from it doesn't matter what goes on outside. I remember, right? And I can radiate that joy out, right? It doesn't matter if the stock market goes up or down.
But this is also beautiful what you said, reminding ourselves in a daily basis. And, reminding this. And because sometimes we take really for granted, and because it's within us, sometimes we don't appreciate something within so close to us and very basic to us. Then sometimes we take for granted in daily basis. Sometimes we're looking for the extravagant something like mass, like Himalayas or Everest. Whenever we're talking, okay, I want to climb some mountain, we immediately going to the Everest. Okay, I want to go to the Everest. No, you just try to hike some like 1 hour hills around your home or anything apart, something small hills or something. That is we always have to take appreciating whatever we already have in the circumstances, because our human nature always looks so grand and big. But this basic goodness or the basic joy is much more simple. It's very simple. It's very banal, I would say that, like a way of breathing. We are breathing non-stop. We never appreciate the way of breathing. We are breathing, okay, from the moment we are born until now, we're still breathing. Even the deep sleep, we are breathing. But we never take for this kind of gratitude towards that. That is the joy we need to always connect. The moment the plug into this joy, it's like now I'm coming like giving like a little tips, You're just giving like an entire life, when you wake up in the morning, you find a moment like feel this gratitude. Gratitude is a great practice in a daily basis, because gratitude, it can be antidote for the self-hatred. Why I'm saying this self-hatred? Because in the modern world, especially in urban lifestyles, so many people are conditioned, okay, we are pushing the bar of the achievements and bar of the goal of the life is getting higher and higher. And it's, of course, if you're privileged, you're successful, then everything go in the right direction is great. But I can say that 50% or more than 50% people cannot come to this state, and then people have this self-hatred. And this kind of a condition, self-hatred, it's then people are struggle a lot and go into depressions, mental and emotional, all on us. But for this kind of people, or also general for everybody, the basic gratitudes. I wake up in the morning, yes, I'm still breathing, great, wow, I'm alive, my body is good, I can move, I am in the state where I can get out, get the food to eat. I have clean water from my tap, and then I drink it. And this kind of a basic things is banal. But if we are contemplating in a regular basis, these are gradations, naturally, it's open from inside. And this openness from inside will connecting to the others. And now it's not about me and you And okay, if this is my border, that's your border. It's become much more universal because in yoga we said Anandamaya Kosha is a share by everybody. Like we share this entire planet. It's not my planet. It's not, even though we are making borders, okay, this is the Europe, this is Germany, this is the Netherlands, and this is the Greece. Even though we are humans, I say that entire globe, belongs to every being. We're sharing with the nature. Everybody's sharing this plants, gratitude, and then the feeling of this joy automatically will be comes there, even though in spite of any bad conditions. Like that's why sometimes I'm traveling to or Thailand, even in India. So very poor people, they have a very poor condition of living, but genuinely they're happy. When I see why they're happy, they're not happy because they don't have a million euros in accounts or the beautiful house with the swimming pool. No, but they really feel happy because they connected with their in true nature. The joy is there. They connect with the joy. That's make them smile. Many people going to the India, for example, they say, how the people can all the time smile? They don't have any painful or they don't struggle in their life. No, say no. People are struggle. They struggle to get one good meal per day, but they still joy. Why? They say they appreciate, okay, today I finish my work from morning till evening and then go home. My family can provide me a warm one meal. I'm appreciated for that. So this kind of appreciation, I think, in a modern world, especially the privileged one we are in the West and the urban city people, we need to appreciate whatever we really receiving in a daily basis. We need to appreciate, and this is, I think, is a good tips and good practice we need to apply in a regular basis. Regular basis. It's also part of the yoga practice. Yoga is not only you go to yoga studio and you practice. That's we call formal practice. But informal practice is 99.9% is informal, because when you step out from the yoga mats, you go to your life, you go to work, you're dealing with your families, dealing with emotions and the friends, everything. In fact, that's just the most important. We see how the reflections of the practice come there. So we need to do that in a life. Parallel when we have this formal practice, meditations or asana practice, or when you do breathing, pranayama practice. Why we do this? Asana practice to let go all the physical tensions. The body can regenerate so well when you do this yoga asana practice. And then when you do meditation, regular meditations, it's a letting go all the negative thoughts, negative emotions, especially the concepts. We have so much concepts in our life. And this concept, we need to let it go. So when we are really in this tuning with the physical body, letting go, and meditation to letting go all the mental thoughts and emotions, and then come, of course, in the between is the pranayama, we call it a whole branch of the breathing techniques. This is the one like a giving bridge between these two important, the body and the mind. So when we do this, automatically we feel natural loving kindness and compassion come from within us. From within us. We're not looking something externally outside. It's ready within us. This loving kindness and compassion is ready there. And this loving kindness and compassion will come naturally, effortlessly in a daily life for yourself, for others. Then we doesn't look for the joy, because the joy is always there.
Right. It can be so simple. Right?
Yes.
And it comes from that appreciation and the gratefulness that we can have for all of it, for everything, all those simple little things. Oh, I'm awake. Here I go, right? I'm breathing. Well, let's go, right? There's that childlike wonder when we're in
Yes.
the moment. And the mind can have so many things that can keep us busy, right? In our thoughts. And then, there's depression in the past, and there's fear and anxiety in the future. And, like you said, when we let all that go and we're in the moment, focused on our breathing, and then we can really experience the moment for what it is. And we can be grateful for that. And there's the connection to all of that joy that's just at the core of who we are, that essence.
Yeah, it's not easy. Some people, because we, as I said, yeah, we have a very thick mud, like a cover for the whole life,
Right.
covering this beautiful diamond. So of course, we is take enormous times to practice. Sometimes people come, my students or clients, they say that, okay, I'm practicing yoga since months. I don't feel any. I feel connections to my natural state of the mind. Awareness. For example, I really need efforts to meditate, and even I'm doing my yoga practice. I really put extra effort. I said, yes, it's like you're cleaning your toilets. It's not easy. If you didn't clean your toilet for 10 years, so it take really enormous efforts to clean it.
Right.
Then you really, in the beginning, you need to do a lot of intensive practice, physical practice, mental contemplation, practice, and then slowly the thickness of the impurities getting less and less. You will somehow in the path, in the way, you will start getting a little bit of the signs and rating changing. Something are shifting. Now, okay, my impurities are getting less. And then will come one moment in your life you become completely in the harmonized state. But that also not permanent. So the impurities keep on coming. And now, even though you finish cleaning completely, but that not means not end. It's like you clean a toilet. You clean, everything's beautiful. And then, of course, but in a regular basis, you need to keep on doing that. It's like our life. So once you are dedicated your life into some practice, you come to the state to recognize what is the true good essence, the joy within yourself, the loving kindness and compassions, they're already there. But then we keep on doing practicing because the physical body accumulating all the time the impurities. The mental body always accumulating the impurities. We need to keep on doing that, ongoing. So these are like that. That's why I said it's not one pill for everything. No, impossible.
Yeah, that's a really great way to put it too. It's like, yeah, we've got to go into the bathroom and we've got to clean that place. And if it hasn't been cleaned, we're going to open the door and see an absolute mess, right? And going into third world countries and, the toilets are different. They're holes and then it's all wet and, it can get really nasty in there, so we've got to make sure that we're going in there every single day, cleaning it up because it gets used. And the mind is going to bring in new experiences and new thoughts. And yeah, life is going to bring in new experiences. And so it's an ongoing practice, like you said. It's just cleaning practice, right? Get the brush out and here we go. I think that's a really great way to look at it. And also, you gave lots of really great tips on how we can really connect to our joy and realize that it's an ongoing practice. It's not always easy, right? There is difficulty,
Yes.
there is dedicated practice and commitment that's needed and your focus. So yeah, definitely thank you for your time today, Krishna. It was definitely a
Thank
joy.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, and if anybody would like to connect with you further, how can they get in touch?
If you are like to connect to my regular classes or yoga retreats, or I do a lot of workshops and retreats throughout the world, from India to Europe, and you can connect to me through my website. I have a Kumar Yoga Berlin. You can kumar-yoga.com. You can find me in my website, or you can find me in Instagram also as a Kumar Yoga Berlin. You type Kumar Yoga Berlin, you can find me in Instagram, also in the Facebook. And I also have a YouTube channel. I started like during COVID, but it's a little bit not really active there. I have a lot of videos there. I not published. It's like unlisted, and also you can find it in Facebook, Kumar Yoga Berlin. And I also have in a LinkedIn also profile, Kumar Yoga Berlin. Mostly my website is the best place you can find all the information where I am and then what I'm doing, and my regular classes wherever there you can find it from all part of the world. Now our hybrid COVID teachers amazing. So you can join any of my regular classes from my website. Right.
Super. Yeah, it was really great to connect with you again. Thank you so much for your time. and learning more about you and your definition and experience with joy, that's inherently in us all. So, yeah, I'll let you go now and let you go to the beach. Like,
Yes, yeah. Yeah, now after this, I'm just going to the beach to get a little bit healing. The conditioned happiness, what I call it, so that I can connect to the child.
nice. Right. All right. Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much again, and have fun.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ciao.